Hi, I'm Laura McCann, and I am the CEO and founder of Adoratherapy. I started Adoratherapy in 2015, so I'm counting. It's hard because I have that menopausal brain, but it's like almost 9 years. So it's been a long time. And I founded it because I really had this idea that we could help people with their healing. And along the way, my healing journey was to learn to adore myself. And I thought, like, how do we teach everybody to do that?
And have you found that you're adoring yourself now?
It took a while. I mean, I'm turning 60 and I do adore myself. And it's not 98% or 95%, it's 100%. And the way that I got there is to really do the work of healing, understanding who I am. But mostly it was just accepting that I am divine and that in a way is my right. And I don't have to explain anybody or to myself that don't have the right to be my best self every day.
And what's exciting you now with Adoratherapy and its next part of its life?
So, the truth is, Adoratherapy is, and I think every business for an entrepreneur is this, it's a journey of your soul. And really, being an entrepreneur makes you right up front and center to all the stuff that you have to work on. Everything that you're doing is a reflection of how you're being and how you're thinking. So, because I wasn't adoring myself, it was very much a roller coaster. And the business has been like that for a long time. After COVID, we opened up the store, and it was a really interesting opportunity for me because I'm very much an introvert and an extrovert. But by opening up the store, I put myself out there in a way that I had to be present to other people. And it really brought out this side of me that was not getting nurtured when I was doing more of the CEO inside work. I learned a lot about myself, not just that I love people, but that I'm an intuitive and that I have the ability to really help people on their journey. And then Jim joined me in the business, which was really like a big risk and also a very exciting moment because we're life partners. But bringing him into the business could have been like a bad decision. Most people would say, don't do it. But Jim really had a role to play, and I felt it. And so he came in to do the aura readings. And it's been an incredible journey for the two of us because we're building something together, but also because we are so different. And I couldn't do it without him. He couldn't do it without me. But the aura piece of our business has really transformed our ability to communicate the value of the products. So I couldn't be luckier because a lot of things about aromatherapy and chakras is a very challenging thing to explain. And most people want to have a brand that's easy to explain. It's mascara, it's lipstick, it's perfume. How do you explain chakras? How do you explain aromatherapy and essential oils? How do you explain healing and balancing? So when we introduced aura reading and there's this report, let's just say it was a way to have data driving the understanding of self, mind, body, spirit. And I'm a very analytical person. My aura is usually yellow and green. The green because I'm heart-centered, the yellow because I'm so performative, analytical, mentally focused, wanting to achieve and do and optimistic. I really wanted to give people information. I didn't really trust the intuitive piece myself. So ultimately, the business was designed for me. I think that's a great way as a founder to define the business is like, what do I want? I do think customers can tell you along the way what their preferences are, which is why it's amazing to have a store because it's like a testing site for all the products. And we learn every day from the feedback that we get. It allows us to make changes, direction, all that. But a lot of times, trusting yourself and your vision is the hardest thing. And so, again, the business is like a layer of self. And in its current incarnation, it is giving me joy, ease, and grace, which is something I guess most entrepreneurs can't say. So I think there's a lot of alignment. And for that reason, we're really in this great position. We're growing, we're expanding, and we're having fun doing it.
And what are your favorite products?
My favorite products are really things that I had to learn for myself. So as I mentioned, I'm yellow. So yellow is solar plexus, right? This gut right here. I am so adrenal. I have been successful, but probably mostly because I really know how to use my gut. And my gut is overactive. And so along the way, I've had lots of issues with my health because I'm just so, let's call it like acidic, right? It's like I'm using my power all the time and I don't know how to shut it off. So Motivation is a wonderful lemon, lime, mandarin, and cinnamon blend, and it's really designed for the solar plexus. So why I love it is because it gives me energy, but it's sort of like I don't have to use my own gut to do that, and it calibrates it. It's like I can put the energy into the product. So I really love that. And I use that instead of like a cup of coffee or things that could drain me. I always knew I was intuitive, but my aura reading tells me I'm very intuitive. I've even gotten to the point now where I really see things and I can sort of listen and trust what I'm seeing and trust what information's coming in. But my third eye, always being reminded that my third eye is there. And so one of the things I've learned about myself and everybody from doing almost 4,000 aura readings and chakra healings is that when you pair the solar plexus with this third eye, you create flow. And you all know what that's like, because if you've ever, been in a creative sort of project and you look up and you're like, oh, that just was 6 hours of my life and I didn't think about it. That's the flow. And so the doing and the being, when they come together, it's just magical. So I love these two products. And then, of course, I'm an empath. So I do have a challenge with feeling other people's energy and then recalibrating. And I think that's probably one of the lessons to adoring myself that I had to learn was, how do I not take on everybody else's stuff? What they want from me, who they think I should be, why it's all about that and not what I want. Being a woman, being a mother, being a wife, being a business partner, a founder, all these things are really demanding. So I have had to learn about my aura and how to use it to protect myself from all the things that want to come in. And so Clearway is my go-to product. I spray it. It really helps me to get rid of all the energy that is mine. Sometimes it's mine, sometimes it's not mine, sometimes it's somebody else's. And not only does this smell amazing, but it really does clear the energy. And I think of it like passive aromatherapy. Somebody else might not know that they're getting cleared. So it's really great. You can totally like fool them and they say it smells great, but you're really saying like your energy needs to shift and I'm taking care of that and you don't even have to know about it.
And what are you most excited about? Any new products on the horizon? Are you thinking about creating something new?
So, I'm not an aromatherapist, but I worked with a really beautiful healer aromatherapist who created a lot of the products. And then the part that I contributed was to make them beautiful. So I'm very much excited about things like packaging and design. And so we really created a system with our products to make it easy to understand what. Part of that is using color and symbols. A lot of it was simplifying the names from names like vitality, creativity, and joy, which we still use for some of the products, and calling things chakra 1, chakra 2, chakra 3. The reason we did that is when people came from their aura reading and they saw their report and it had the chakras, they don't have names. They just call them the first chakra, the second chakra. At that point, most people don't know what the root is or the sacral is. So 1, 2, 3, very easy. Red, orange, yellow, very easy. So it's been really fun seeing the response to the color and the packaging as a way to make the products really giftable and also a luxury. And also expanding on our aromatherapy products, we introduced candles in the store. And it was a little bit of a risk because the candles are not as natural as all the other products. All the other products are designed to be vegan, clean, the purest ingredients, therapeutic oils. So they're completely healing and they're designed around the breath. The candles are beautiful and they're decorative, but what they do, which is really important, is they help you create rituals. And rituals are really a fundamental part of this mindset of adoring yourself. Just choosing the candle, lighting it, amplifying your energy with the crystals or the color or the affirmations we provide. I mean, all of this is really what we want to teach people, is how to, in their day-to-day, anytime, anywhere, boost their mood, breathe and transform, and that they don't need somebody else to do that. In the end, we are all our own healers.
What's been the most returned customer story that you've experienced, especially having an aura reading, then transitioning and buying some of the products for healing? What was been
so having a retail store, I guess I always wanted it. I love retail. I grew up in the fashion industry, and I spent a lot of my career shopping and going shopping for fun to see what everybody was making, and then a lot of times it was like how do you take that and then translate it into new products? So I have this background in sort of research and trend and shopping. I love going into stores. I mean, I really feel like a beautiful store is a total experience. If you ask me what I want to do if I'm traveling or going anywhere, I'm going to tell you I want to go shopping. Not to buy things, but I want to look and see and experience the culture, the art, the design. I mean, there's so much of that in the retail experience. When I opened up my own store, it was fun. Like, how can I express all that from the color of the store, which is green, which represents the heart, to the wall we have in the store with all the pictures of the aura. We kind of got that idea from, when somebody goes to like a Italian restaurant and they have all the pictures of the movie stars. So we put we call it the Aura Wall of Fame. So like all of these things, they're very authentic, they're very me. It's just amazing when people come into the store, how they open up and what they share. And especially when you see a person's aura and chakras, you really know a lot about them before they even know that you do. So it's a very intimate relationship and connection. And so in the store, I've had things from people who I've been able to explain themselves to themselves, which is kind of an interesting thing because I don't want to be a therapist, but I guess we're aura therapy and Adoratherapy. I like to say I'm a life coach in a bottle. Like the oils and the products will do the work, but sometimes you have to point people in the right direction. So it's not uncommon that someone cries if I do a healing session with them because we do touch on things that they need to release. That's always really touching. Jim gives people a crystal. I mean, just the other day, a couple came back and the husband had lost his crystal. And she was like, we were in Asheville and we got to get a crystal. So they were going to buy a crystal. And I was like, no, we're going to get you a new crystal. And they picked the crystal. And they were just like so excited because Jim wants everybody who does an aura reading to have a crystal, keep it, take it with them. And if they lose it, they lose it. They're like, I need my crystal. We really touch people's lives. I mean, I'm a marketer and a business person. When we send out an email and we announce something, the idea that 7 or 8 people will email me back and say, this is amazing, or this is a beautiful picture of you, or congratulations that you won the small business award this year, or whatever it is. They really feel like they're our friends and that they have a connection with us. And to me, that's what it's all about. So as we grow, how do we keep that? How do we really build a business that's really all about community, connection, compassion, and stay in a high vibration? Because business isn't always about that. Business is about other things. This is really all about building a community to teach people to adore themselves. So we have to live into the promise.
And I hear that you do aura readings for pets. Is that true?
Yeah, so I love pets. I've always had cats and dogs, sometimes more than anybody should have. I think my max was 6 cats and 3 dogs. Not all at the same time, but yes, I did have 6 cats at once. And a lot of times rescues, because really feel like that's an important thing. And Jim had the ability to get a scanner for the dogs, and so we started doing pet aura readings. We've done a couple of cats, maybe 3 or 4, but the pet aura readings are just phenomenal because we really have learned a lot about how pets' energy works, but also how people and their pets interact and how the pet can really help someone by grounding them or making their heart bigger. Sometimes we're rescuing the pets, sometimes the pets are rescuing us. We love your doggies and your kitties, bring them to see us. It's a really interesting and wonderful experience, and we have so much fun doing it.
And you offer aura readings in party form too, right?
Yes. One of the things having an aura reader and in the store, it's been really interesting to see how many people come through Asheville and decide they want an aura reading. It took a little while before people knew we were a permanent aura reading studio in Asheville, and we're the only one, and I think we're the only one in the whole region. So interestingly enough, people would walk by and they'd discover us and get their aura reading. But as we developed the website to be able to book appointments and schedule appointments, we now are booked out for aura readings, sometimes a couple of months in advance. So if you're coming to Asheville, that's something you can do. Then people said, hey, can you come to me? Can you come to my event? Can you come to my spa or my business? So we're working on being able to have aura readers that can travel and can do your events. It could be a wedding, a bachelorette party, a bridal shower. We've done corporate events for HR, sales teams. The reason why it's so fun is that a lot of people have experienced the aura photo, which you can take and it's more like a fun thing. But our system is so specifically designed to give you that 14-page report, and that report has so much information that it's really a great way to understand yourself. So it can be used as a way to connect with people and share with other people, like, this is who I am. I don't really know many other things like that do that and that can do it around the idea of body, mind, spirit. A lot of times we think of ourselves as our personalities or our psychology, and the truth is we're pure energy. And the kind of aura readings that we do, we call it aura photography, but also aura readings and chakra balancing and chakra readings is really all about giving people leverage on themselves. When they understand where they hold energy, where they're amplified, where they're not, they really then can work on themselves in a whole new way.
Beautiful.